For decades, the Toyota Corolla has been the definition of safe, simple, and sensible. The kind of car you buy with your head, not your heart. But the Japanese just did something nobody saw coming. They took the world's most practical car and gave it the attitude of a supercar. The 2027 all-new Corolla looks nothing like the one you know. It's lower, wider, sharper. It doesn't whisper reliability anymore, it shouts confidence. The lines are bold, the stance is aggressive, and for the first time, this isn't just transportation, it's a statement. And here's the twist, it's not just design. Underneath that striking skin, Toyota is quietly rewriting what a compact car can be. A new platform, hybrid, and performance powertrains, even whispers of GR-inspired DNA. The same people who gave us bulletproof reliability are now chasing passion and performance, and they're doing it with the precision only the Japanese can pull off. So the question is, how did the world's most predictable car suddenly turn into something this daring? In this video, we're breaking it all down. The design, the engineering, the vision behind this transformation, and why the 2027 Corolla might just be the boldest move Toyota has made in decades. This isn't the Corolla you think you know. This is Toyota Unchained. When the covers came off the 2027 Corolla, the room didn't gasp, it froze. Because what stood on that stage wasn't a mild facelift or a predictable refresh, it was a complete reset. Toyota didn't tweak the Corolla, they rebuilt its identity from the ground up. The first thing that hits you is the stance. This car sits lower, wider, and far more planted than any Corolla before it. The proportions are athletic, almost defiant. The front end is sharp and purposeful, with a narrow LED signature that slices through the air like a blade. The grille isn't smiling anymore, it's scowling like it's got something to prove. Move to the side, and you'll notice how the fenders swell subtly over the wheels, giving it that taut, muscular presence you usually associate with performance coupes. Even the roofline flows lower and longer, ending in a fastback-like taper that screams motion, even when it's standing still. And the details, that's where the Japanese precision really shines. Clean surfaces, tight panel gaps, every crease intentional. You can tell Toyota's designers studied the GR lineup, the Supra, the GR86, because the visual language feels born from that same performance DNA. Yet it's still undeniably a Corolla. Balanced, disciplined, and purposeful. They've somehow made it futuristic without losing the Corolla's fundamental honesty. Even the lighting design feels expensive. The front DRLs are razor-thin and stretch outward, while the rear taillights merge into a single sculpted bar that gives the car a wider, sportier look. From some angles, it almost feels European, like something out of a concept show. And that's the point. Toyota wants this Corolla to look like a car that graduated from practical to passionate. Inside, early previews show a cabin that mirrors that bold exterior shift. The dashboard sits lower, the lines are cleaner, and the cockpit feels more driver-focused than ever before. The steering wheel, the digital cluster, the wraparound trim, everything feels tighter, more intentional. This is Toyota finally admitting that design matters, that emotion matters, and that even an everyday car can make your pulse rise just by looking at it. The old Corolla blended in. The new one, it demands attention. And for a brand built on understatement, that's a radical statement. Maybe even the most exciting one Toyota has made in years. Underneath that striking new body, Toyota isn't just giving us a prettier Corolla. They're rebuilding its heart. The 2027 Corolla is being engineered around a more flexible, next-generation platform designed to handle everything from fuel-efficient hybrids to full-blooded GR performance variants. It's a bold, calculated move, one that proves Toyota wants this new Corolla to perform as dynamically as it looks. At the core of the lineup, Toyota is expected to double down on hybrid power. Most versions in the US will likely use the brand's proven 1.8-liter or 2-liter hybrid systems, the same refined setup that's made the Prius a benchmark in efficiency. but tuned for sharper response and lighter packaging. With fuel economy projected to stay near 50 mpg combined, this Corolla will remain one of the most efficient compact sedans in its class. But the real story lies in how Toyota is learning to blend that efficiency with genuine performance. Reports suggest that Toyota's engineers are fine-tuning this next platform for a lower center of gravity and stiffer chassis dynamics, which means the new Corolla should feel more planted and confident in corners. And for those who crave excitement, the GR division isn't sitting still. The GR Corolla, the wild, rally-bred variant powered by a 1.6-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder, has already proven what Toyota's hot hatch engineers can do. Early hints suggest that spirit will live on in the 2027 lineup, with possible chassis updates, more aggressive suspension tuning, and improved power delivery through Toyota's advanced GR4 all-wheel drive system. This dual-track strategy, hybrid efficiency for the masses, high-performance adrenaline for the enthusiasts, shows how Toyota is mastering versatility. It's not about chasing trends or going all in on EV hype. It's about giving drivers choice and control. By keeping the internal combustion foundation alive while refining hybrid tech, Toyota's ensuring the Corolla stays relevant, adaptable, and connected to the driver. And that's what makes this transformation so clever. The platform isn't just built for today, it's built for what comes next. Whether that's plug-in hybrids, mild hybrids, or even future EV derivatives, this architecture is ready for it all. It's Toyota engineering at its best, methodical, forward-thinking, and quietly revolutionary. So while the design screams supercar energy, the platform underneath whispers something even more powerful: longevity. This is Toyota playing the long game, and for the Corolla, that might just be the smartest evolution yet. Inside the new Corolla, you feel the design language tighten up around the driver in a way we haven't seen from this nameplate before. The cabin photos and early previews point to a lower dash, slimmer A-pillars, and a more cockpit-like layout that literally frames the wheel and instrument cluster toward you, so everything reads as intentional rather than incidental. The materials and surface treatments also lean upscale. Tighter seams, cleaner trim lines, and surfaces that look more sculpted than the soft utilitarian shells Toyota has favored in the past. At the same time, Toyota hasn't chased gimmicks. The concept's drama is focused on ergonomics and perceived quality, not unnecessary flash. Tech is being layered into that package thoughtfully. Expect a larger central display architecture that flows into the dash, a more modern digital cluster, and updated connectivity that brings the latest Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Toyota's own software refinements. But here's the fine print. The concept dials everything up for show, and Toyota historically tampers that intensity for production. So while the production interior will feel noticeably more premium and driver-centric than the current Corolla, we should expect practical compromises, durable surfaces where concept leather might appear, and a production infotainment system that prioritizes reliability over experimental features. Importantly, the seating and control layout signal a real push towards sportier ergonomics. Deeper bolsters, a more planted seating position, and a steering wheel that looks ready for aggressive inputs suggest Toyota wants drivers to engage with the car beyond commuter duty. That's reinforced by hints at a more thoughtful switch-gear layout and physical driver controls where it counts, so you're not forced to navigate menus for basic functions while you're driving. In short, the interior promises a rare blend, the everyday usability Toyota is known for, wrapped in a cabin that finally feels like it belongs to a car with genuine performance intent.
The one caveat to keep in mind is visibility versus drama. Those slimmer pillars and lower roofline give the Corolla a sportier silhouette, but they can also change sightlines and rear visibility. Toyota will need to balance the aesthetic gains against real-world practicality. Overall, though, the interior reads as the most convincing evidence yet that this isn't a Corolla that merely looks sporty, it's a Corolla that wants to be driven. This is where Toyota's DNA really shows. No matter how aggressive the design or how much GR blood runs through its veins, the Corolla has always lived and died by one thing: everyday dependability. And the 2027 model looks like it'll carry that banner higher than ever. First, safety. Toyota is expected to launch the 2027 Corolla with the latest generation of Toyota Safety Sense, likely version 4.0 or newer, which means improved radar sensors, wider camera coverage, and smarter AI-based object recognition. We're talking about adaptive cruise control that feels less robotic, lane centering that no longer ping-pongs between lines, and pre-collision braking that can now detect pedestrians and cyclists even in low light. There's also talk of enhanced blind spot monitoring and a driver attention system, subtle reminders if you're distracted or getting drowsy. These aren't gimmicks. They're practical tech designed to make real-world driving less stressful and more secure. Then there's the usability angle. Despite its new supercar-inspired look, the Corolla hasn't forgotten its mission as an everyday car. The new platform is expected to offer a slightly longer wheelbase, meaning more legroom for rear passengers, while keeping that tight, city-friendly footprint. Cargo space remains generous for the class, and Toyota's hybrid packaging with compact battery placement ensures that practicality isn't sacrificed for performance. You still get a car that can haul groceries, fit luggage for a weekend trip, and park easily in downtown LA or New York. But what really matters is how it feels to live with every day. The hybrid system's near-silent startup, the smoothness of the eCVT when crawling through traffic, and Toyota's bulletproof reliability all make this a car you can trust, day in and day out. You don't have to baby it, you just drive. And that's the point. The 2027 Corolla might look like it's ready to take on sports cars, but it still wants to be the car you count on every morning. In a market flooded with over-designed, tech-heavy compacts, Toyota seems to be threading the needle perfectly, giving you futuristic looks, credible performance, and the same no-drama ownership experience that made the Corolla name legendary. This isn't about turning your daily commute into a track session, it's about making everyday driving feel just a little more special, without sacrificing what really counts. The Corolla isn't just another compact car, it's a cultural benchmark. For nearly 60 decades, it's been the global definition of reliability, the car that outlasts trends, outlives owners, and quietly sells more than any other nameplate in history. Over 50 million units sold worldwide isn't luck, it's a symbol of trust. So when Toyota radically redesigns this car, it's not just tweaking a model, it's making a statement about where the entire industry is heading. The 2027 Corolla represents a shift in philosophy. For years, compact cars were treated as entry-level, basic transportation for people saving up for something better. But the way Toyota is positioning this new generation tells a different story. They're saying the Corolla can be aspirational, that you don't need to buy a luxury badge to get style, performance, or tech that feels cutting edge. The new design language, the hybrid performance, even the GR-influenced driving dynamics, they all speak to a broader mission: redefining what everyday means in the automotive world. From a market standpoint, Toyota's move couldn't be timed better. As EV adoption slows and consumers demand efficient but practical hybrids, the Corolla sits in a sweet spot: affordable, efficient, and now genuinely desirable. It's the car for people who want modern performance without the range anxiety, complexity, or price tag of a full EV. And Toyota knows this. The company is positioning the 2027 Corolla to dominate that middle ground, more engaging than a base sedan, more efficient than a compact SUV, and more attainable than any of the tech-heavy electric newcomers. But beyond the numbers, this car matters because it touches the emotional core of what Toyota stands for. The Corolla has always been the car that simply works, the one that you hand down, not trade in. By blending that dependability with attitude and design flair, Toyota is making a clear statement. You can evolve without losing your roots. In many ways, the 2027 Corolla isn't just a new generation, it's Toyota rewriting the playbook for how a mass-market car earns respect again. And if they get this right, it won't just influence Corolla buyers, it'll reset expectations for what every affordable car should feel like in the modern era. Toyota is playing this rollout with strategic precision. Based on industry reports and insider leaks, the 2027 Toyota Corolla is expected to debut officially in late 2026, likely as a 2027 model year launch for the US market. The prototype and design studies we've seen so far, including the aggressive front fascia and GR-inspired proportions, are already deep in development stages, suggesting Toyota isn't experimenting, they're refining.
Production will likely remain centered at Toyota's Blue Springs, Mississippi plant for the US sedan, alongside supplemental production in Japan for global markets. The hatchback variant, traditionally built in Japan, is also expected to continue, but with a more distinct visual identity and possibly a performance-tuned hybrid system exclusive to that model. Toyota's modular TNGA-C platform gives them the flexibility to scale multiple versions efficiently, from base trims to sportier GR and Hybrid Plus variants, all sharing the same structural DNA. As for timing, early indications suggest we'll see concept teasers or pre-production reveals as early as the second half of 2025, possibly at major events like the Tokyo Motor Show or the LA Auto Show. Full-scale production is projected to ramp up by mid-2026, with US dealership arrivals around Q4 of that year. Toyota's rollout strategy tends to favor a staggered introduction. First the hybrid sedan, then the hatchback, and finally the GR-tuned or performance-oriented trim. In terms of pricing, insiders predict the entry-level Corolla will start just under $25,000, keeping it competitive with the Honda Civic and Hyundai Elantra, while higher trims, especially hybrids and GR models, could reach the low $30,000 range. That price band keeps the Corolla accessible while allowing Toyota to push the envelope on design and features without alienating its core buyers. The big takeaway? This isn't a slow, uncertain rollout. It's a coordinated global push. Toyota knows exactly what's at stake. The Corolla isn't just another car. It's a volume pillar, a brand ambassador, and a reputation builder all in one. When the 2027 Corolla lands in the US, it won't just fill dealer lots, it'll redefine what Americans expect from a compact car that dares to look like a supercar. Toyota's pricing strategy for the 2027 Corolla is shaping up to be one of its biggest weapons, and a reason this car could completely shake up the compact segment. Insiders suggest the base model will continue to hover around that magic number, just under $25,000, a psychological threshold Toyota has protected for years. That's deliberate. It keeps the Corolla attainable for first-time buyers, students, and families, while giving Toyota the room to climb up the price ladder with feature-rich trims that feel genuinely premium. Expect the lineup to start with a well-equipped base LE model that already includes Toyota Safety Sense 4.0, the latest infotainment system, and hybrid capability as standard, a bold move if confirmed. The SE and XSE trims will likely build on that with more aggressive styling cues, larger wheels, sport-tuned suspension, and interior upgrades like a digital cockpit, wireless connectivity, and possibly even ventilated seats. The most exciting piece, though, sits at the top of the range, the next-generation GR Corolla. While Toyota hasn't confirmed it yet, all signs point to the performance variant living on, possibly with hybrid assistance this time. Think of it as a fusion between GR Yaris rawness and Corolla everyday drivability, a hot hatch tuned for real-world use. We're likely looking at a price tag in the low to mid $30,000 range depending on configuration and options, which keeps it far more attainable than performance rivals from Europe or Hyundai's N division. What makes this strategy so powerful is the spread. Toyota is no longer forcing buyers to choose between affordable and exciting. Instead, the 2027 Corolla lineup seems designed to let you pick how deep you want to go, from a smart, efficient hybrid commuter to something that legitimately feels track-capable on weekends. And here's the kicker. Toyota's reputation for long-term value will make these prices even more attractive once resale and reliability factor in. That means lower total ownership costs compared to many EVs or turbocharged rivals that depreciate faster. In short, Toyota isn't just building a car that looks like a supercar, they're pricing it like a smart buy. It's the sweet spot where performance meets practicality, and that's a formula competitors should be nervous about.
This is where things get really interesting, because the 2027 Toyota Corolla isn't just aiming to refresh its own legacy, It's gunning straight at some of the biggest names in the compact and entry performance game. On one side, you've got the usual suspects: the Honda Civic, Hyundai Elantra, and Mazda 3, all of which have spent the last few years chasing the sporty daily driver formula. The Civic still sets the benchmark for handling precision, especially in its SI and Type R trims, while Hyundai's Elantra N brings brute force and loud personality. The Mazda 3, on the other hand, offers that premium interior feel with optional AWD. But here's the twist. None of them managed to hit Toyota's projected sweet spot: hybrid efficiency, bold design, and GR-inspired performance, all in one package. The 2027 Corolla looks ready to thread that impossible needle. Then there's the EV wildcard. Cars like the Chevrolet Bolt successor, Kia Niro EV, and even Tesla's rumored compact hatch are all circling the same price bracket. Yet this is exactly where Toyota's hybrid-first approach pays off. Instead of forcing full electrification before the infrastructure is ready, Toyota's playing the long game, giving buyers performance and fuel economy today without charging or range anxiety. It's a calculated move that could help the Corolla dominate mainstream buyers who want to go green without compromise. Performance-wise, the GR Corolla trim will have its sights set on hot hatch icons like the Volkswagen Golf GTI and Hyundai Elantra N. But the difference is Toyota brings Japanese engineering discipline to the table: precision over flash, and real-world usability over spec sheet bragging rights. The GR's rumored hybrid-assisted turbo powertrain could blend instant torque with traditional manual feel, something no one else in this segment is doing. If that happens, Toyota could redefine what driver's car means under $35,000. In short, the 2027 Corolla lineup is no longer content with just being the safe choice. It's positioning itself to outstyle Mazda, outhandle Honda, outlast Hyundai, and outsmart the EV crowd. It's Toyota reminding everyone that innovation doesn't always mean abandoning what works. It means evolving it to a point where competitors suddenly look a generation behind. So, when you look at who the 2027 Corolla challenges, the real answer might be simpler than it sounds. It challenges everyone who forgot that an affordable car could still stir emotion, turn heads, and deliver performance without apology. Let's be real. The hype around the 2027 Corolla is massive, and honestly, it's deserved. What Toyota's doing here isn't just another facelift or a tech update. It's a philosophical reset, taking the world's best-selling car and re-engineering it to feel exciting again. That alone is a bold move. But beneath all the concept car shine and the supercar-inspired design language, the question remains: can Toyota actually deliver all of this in production form without watering it down? History gives us a reason to be cautiously optimistic. Toyota rarely overpromises. If anything, they're known for being conservative. But the recent track record, GR Supra, GR86, GR Corolla, shows a company that's rediscovered its passion for driving. So when they start applying that same energy to their mainstream lineup, it's not hype, it's a signal. The Corolla name might be synonymous with reliability, but now it's starting to stand for relevance. Of course, there's still room for skepticism. Automakers love to show us wild prototypes that eventually turn into something far tamer by the time they hit dealerships. The aggressive stance, the futuristic interior, the sharp LED signature, we've seen these things toned down before. But even if Toyota dials back the theatrics, the underlying message still lands. This is no longer your dad's Corolla. The real potential here isn't just about looks or performance, it's about emotion. If Toyota can make a car that still sips fuel, lasts 200,000 miles, and yet makes you want to drive it, that's a revolution in itself. Because at the end of the day, the Corolla has always been about trust. The 2027 model just adds something new to that equation: desire. So yeah, hype with caution. But if Toyota's engineers deliver even half of what the promise promises, the 2027 Corolla won't just be a better Corolla. It'll be the moment the world's most practical car remembered how to make people fall in love again. If you've made it this far, you probably feel the same way we do. Something big is happening at Toyota, and the 2027 Corolla might just change what we expect from an everyday car. But this story doesn't end here. It's just getting started. So here's what we want you to do. Tell us in the comments, do you think Toyota is going too far trying to make the Corolla look like a supercar, or is this exactly the kind of bold move the industry needs right now? Are you excited about the hybrid performance direction, or would you rather see Toyota go all in on EVs? Your thoughts shape what we cover next. And if you love diving deep into car design, tech, and the future of performance for everyday drivers, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because we've got more deep dive reviews and insider breakdowns coming your way. We're tracking every major reveal, every test mule, and every design leak leading up to this car's official debut. The next few years are going to redefine what affordable performance really means, and the Corolla is leading that charge. Stay tuned, because this is one car story you'll want to watch unfold right here on Car Today Reviews.